Only on NBC 12 News today. Breaking right now on 12 News Today.
A live look this morning at that breaking news out of eastern Henrico. A crash has closed Darbytown Road near the entrance of Dory Park, and it could stay that way throughout your morning commute. We're on your side with live team coverage to get you through that area.
And police chase through the streets of Chesterfield. It ends with a foot pursuit in Petersburg. What officers say they found in the suspect's car once they had him in handcuffs. Today is Thursday, April 13th, and 12 News Today continues right now.
On your side, this is NBC 12 News Today.
Good Thursday morning, and thanks so much for staying with us here on 12 News Today. I'm Carla Reddick.
And I'm Sarah Bloom. We never want to make you wait too long for weather, and it's good news today. So let's get right on over to Megan Wise. She's watching the forecast for you this morning. You gave it 10 out of 10. You can't beat that.
I did. It is going to be a great looking afternoon. Temperatures cooler than yesterday, and we're waking up warm to start. 63 degrees right now at Richmond International. Light northeasterly breeze at 8 miles per hour. And as you're walking out the door early this morning, certainly don't need a heavy coat at all. 61 degrees in Hanover. Our coolest spots right now are out near the water. Tappahannock 57 degrees along the northern neck and middle peninsula. We have temperatures in the mid and upper 50s, but we're in the low 60s back towards the west and southwest this morning. First alert Doppler radar mainly dry. We will see more sunshine as we go through the afternoon. Lower levels of humidity, lower temperatures. By the lunchtime hour, we're in the upper 60s. High temperatures today, low 70s. We'll see some evening sunshine. It'll be pleasant at 6 o'clock temperature-wise, 71 degrees. Carla and Sarah.
All right, thank you, Megan. Well, we have a breaking traffic alert in eastern Henrico. We have a crash. It shut down a stretch of Darbytown Road over near Dory Park.
We are on your side with live team coverage this morning. Candace Smith will tell you how to get around this mess for the morning commute. That's coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's send it out to Allison Norleon. She's been live on the scene all morning long. She joins us now with an update. Good morning, Allison.
Well, good morning, Carla. Police are investigating this serious crash here on Darbytown Road. You can see right behind me, we're not able to get any closer to where the crash happened. You have two police cars there blocking off Darbytown. You can see the red flares that are lined here on Darbytown Road. Now, police tell me that the call came in just after 4 a.m. and I was told by a police officer on the phone that this was a rescue call. Darbytown Road is closed between Strath Road and Monahan Road. It could be closed for quite some time. We're told it's a very serious crash that again will have this road closed for a while. Darbytown is a very popular cut through for people who want to avoid 895 and its tolls for their morning commute. But again, you can see here that they're sending cars down Monahan instead of using Darbytown Road. I'm going to remain here on the scene. I'm waiting for police to call me back to find out more information on this crash. And as soon as I get that information, I will be sure to relay it to you on air and, of course, on our breaking news app. But for now, I'm going to send it over to Candace. She's in the traffic center with more on how you can navigate around this for your morning commute.
Yeah, Allison. So I think your best bet here is to use Charles City Road. Just completely avoid that area. She did say some people were using Monahan, but that's still a little bit of congestion because you saw the flashing lights there, crews on scene. So let's go a little farther back here and let's use Turner Road to Charles City Road. Waze app reporting that it will only take you 6 minutes to use that detour. And I do want to point out that this is a live update. So I've been saying 6 minutes all morning long, but this will update. And as more people wake up and use the road, we may see that increase your commute time. But as of right now, 6 minutes to get you westbound. If you're heading eastbound, you're going to want to use Miller Road to Charles City. And as of right now, that should only take you about 5 minutes. Now, if we switch back over to my traffic computer, the rest of Central Virginia, I have not forgot about you. The highways are in pretty good shape, clean and green here. But I have noticed VDOT, they've been moving this camera around here near the Maury Street exit at mile marker 73. And now we're seeing some flashing lights. There was reports of debris in the road, so just be careful. That's on the southbound side of 95 past that Maury Street exit as you're heading towards Bells Road. Carla, Sarah.
All right, thank you, Candace. Well, overnight in Chesterfield, a suspect leads police in a car chase to Petersburg, then got out and made a run for it.
Colleen Quigley is joining us from our First Alert Center. She has more on what happened.
Yeah, so we're still trying to get a little bit more information about exactly what started all of this, why police were chasing the suspect in the first place. But here's what we do know. So Chesterfield police say this pursuit started near VSU's campus. They ended up driving all the way to Petersburg, where the suspect stopped on Lafayette Street near West Washington. He got out of the car then and started running with the help of Petersburg police. The suspect was finally caught, and then Police say when he was caught, they ended up finding a gun in his car. He is facing charges. No word yet on what those charges are.
All right. Thanks, Colleen. Well, now in Henrico, police are working to find the person who shot and killed a teenager outside of a school in the East End. We were on the scene Tuesday night as police investigated. Officers found 16-year-old Jamal Khalik Scott on the campus of Montrose Elementary School. He later died at the hospital. Now, police have not released a suspect description, but if you have any information that could help, please call Crime Stoppers at 780-1000.
And it turns out the arsonist who set fire to a Maryland home with 2 women inside had the wrong address. Our DC affiliate says Aaron Davis meant to target someone else when he was caught on surveillance camera setting fire to this townhome. Investigators say Davis is a gang member and is now facing attempted murder and arson charges. Fire crews believe he strategically set the fire so it would climb up the house and build in strength before it triggered the smoke detectors inside. The sisters who live there made it out okay, but they say they lost everything and that this is a nightmare they'll always have to live with.
Well, these clouds of black smoke could be seen for miles as a fire burned at a scrapyard in Isle of Wight. It took about 40 firefighters to battle this tire fire that broke out around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The fire chief says hundreds, if not thousands, of tires were in the 30-foot tall pile that went up in flames. It even shut down a road for nearly 6 hours, causing major problems for the afternoon commute. But fortunately, no one was hurt.
Gosh, that is a lot of smoke there. Well, good news. Christiansburg police say 14-year-old Andrew James Shepard has been found and is safe. We asked you to share his picture yesterday morning after police say he went missing for the 2nd time in 1 week. But as we said, once again, he is back home and he's safe and sound.
Well, now to Richmond, where we are staying on top of a crime alert that we first warned you about yesterday morning. A violent home invasion near the VCU campus. 5 men, one of them armed with an assault rifle, forced their way into an apartment on West Gray Street early Wednesday morning. The victim was not hurt, but the thieves did steal money, cell phones, and other items. The victim's neighbor heard what was happening and knocked on the door for help. The victim says he believes that is what scared away the suspects. But so far, police have not given us a description of those men.
And we're hearing that the 9-year-old boy who survived being shot at his elementary school in San Bernardino is recovering well. Nolan Brandy was hurt on Monday when the gunman came into his classroom and opened fire. As you can see, his parents are by his side in the hospital. The school district says the family wanted to thank the community for the outpouring of prayers and support. It's nice to see him doing so much better.
And good to see that smile on his face.
Absolutely.
Yes. Your time now 5:37, so it's time for a check of that forecast with meteorologist Megan Wise. Megan?
Yeah, it's really a nice morning. Low 60s right now at Richmond International. We are seeing a little bit in the way of clouds, but dew points are going to be low today. You'll notice lower humidity as you go through the afternoon. We'll have a northerly breeze, light this morning, light through the afternoon. And we're a little bit cooler as we go east and northeast of town. Temperature-wise, mid and upper 50s out near the northern neck, middle peninsula. West Point looks like our coolest spot right now at 55 degrees. And a little bit warmer as we go south and west of town. Low 60s from Farmville and out towards Lawrenceville, 61 degrees. First alert Doppler radar, we are dry this morning. And your forecast for today, cooler high temperatures but pleasant. We're at 72 degrees. We'll see mostly sunny skies as we go through the afternoon today. Carla and Sarah.
All right. Thank you, Megan. This morning, we're seeing shocking new numbers on school bus safety. 3,100 people blow past school bus stop signs every single day, and that's just in North Carolina. Coming up, the new feature being added to the buses to stop this number from growing and to keep your kids safe.
Plus, an 8-year-old boy in Ohio takes a mile-long joyride to McDonald's behind the wheel of his parents' van without hitting anything and obeying all the traffic laws.
Wow.
You'll never guess where he learned his stellar driving skills.
All right, let's continue to take a live look at this breaking news we're following this morning. If you're just waking up, this is Darbytown Road near the Dory Park entrance. We have a crash that is shutting down part of the road here, so stay with Candace. She's going to update you regularly throughout the broadcast. We also have Allison Norlian out on the scene trying to get some information about what happened. An update on the other side of this break.
This morning's Sunrise Time is brought to you by Hardee's. Stop by for the new steak, egg, and cheese biscuit and burrito, only at Hardee's.
Get back to being yourself. Back to smiling and laughing again. Back to eating foods you love. Back to living confidently. With same-day dentures, extractions, and dental implants at affordable fees. And for new patients, a free consult and x-ray. Call 1-800-DENTURE or go to affordabledentures.com. You deserve a healthy, beautiful, and confident smile.
Andrew's first alert of changing weather on your side on NBC 12 News Today.
My asthma can stop me in an instant. Being an active person, that just isn't an option. My pharmacist, he's got my back.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Locally owned, locally operated, locally loved.
1 in 12 people have asthma, and the numbers are increasing each year. What triggers an asthma attack? What ways are the best to control asthma?
Visit your local Good Neighbor Pharmacy for answers to your questions about asthma.
This spring, pick your power. Steel fuel-powered equipment is the #1 selling brand in America. And the Steel Lightning battery system delivers the power to do more on a single charge. Right now, you can pick fuel or battery at a great price, with trimmers starting at just $129.95. Or choose one of our popular easy-to-use blowers, starting at just $139.95. Pick your power, then pick up a Steel. Visit SteelDealers.com.
Hull Street Outlet is Central Virginia's military surplus headquarters. Get clothing, equipment, and surplus supplies at outlet prices. Hull Street Outlet on Jeff Davis at Bells Road.
Today's traffic is sponsored by James River Air.
Get up to $5,000 in rebates during James River Air's Big 50 sale.
All right, you're taking a live look here along Darbytown Road, where we're just getting information that it is now a fatal crash here that has shut down all travel lanes. That's east and westbound here along Darbytown between Strath and Monahan. Our Allison Norleon is live on scene. You can see we have Henrico Police directing traffic here along Monahan Road here in the area, but you're going to need an alternate route because, as I just mentioned, all travel lanes are closed here. So if we switch over to my camera, the smart route here for you is to take Charles City Road. You will need to add about 5 to 10 extra minutes to get you through that detour. I'm giving this accident scene here a 3 out of 5 on the impact meter, how it will impact your commute this morning. A lot of people use Darbytown as a cut through from 895, so expect some slowdowns here this morning. Just use Charles City Road and once again add some extra time there. We are following some incidents here along 95 near the Franklin Street exit, in between there and the Mooring Street exit. I just got off the phone with state police. I had seen some flashing lights here. They said there's reports of debris in the road on the southbound side of 95 as you're heading towards that Bells Road exit. So just be careful there. But if you plan on using 64 this morning, you guys are in great shape. And 295, smooth sailing. Megan?
All right, thanks, Candace. A look ahead to our weekend forecast. Big holiday weekend. If you're doing any traveling tomorrow, we're mainly dry, low 70s. It'll be cooler than where we've been, especially yesterday at 81 degrees. Very small chance for a spotty shower tomorrow. It looks mainly dry. As we go into Saturday, temperatures warming up, 78 degrees. There is a 20% chance of running into a couple of showers as we go through Saturday afternoon and an Easter Sunday. This will be the warmest day we have out of the next 7. 84 degrees for your Easter. If you have any plans, Easter egg hunts, or going out to your Sunday services, it'll be very warm. So plan for that. As you are planning this morning, though, it's a warm start as well. Low 60s right now in our neighborhood temperatures. We have 61 in Glen Allen, Regency Square 62 degrees, Lakeside right now is at 60 degrees. The near West End also in the low 60s. I found some cooler spots though, but you have to go east of town, out near the water. If you are lucky enough to maybe spend some time today along the water on your spring break, it's looking like a nice day. Low 50s right now in Whitestone. Lancaster and Mollusk right now at 52 degrees. So cooler east of town, a little bit warmer west of town. First alert Doppler radar, though, we're quiet to start. We'll see mostly sunny skies as we go through the day today. Quiet weather pattern really through the entire weekend. Very small rain chances as we go through the weekend and the start of next week as well. You'll notice today lower humidities. It'll feel pleasant though. High temperature 72 degrees. The sun rises this morning at 6:37. It'll set at 7:43 this evening. We'll see evening sun as we go through the night tonight until the sun sets, and we're still pleasant. 7 o'clock, we're in the upper 60s, and the allergy report's still high. You guessed it, we're not seeing a relief as far as the allergy goes or the pollen count numbers dropping, because we're not seeing any substantial rain coming into the area, so you will still have to deal with that through the entire weekend. Tonight we're mostly clear. Tomorrow morning we'll start a little bit chillier as we go into the start of tomorrow, upper 40s. The weekend looking great though. Our best chance for rain right now looks like Wednesday of next week, and at best we're at 30% for a few scattered showers. Sarah?
All right, nice to see such a beautiful Easter weekend. Thank you, Megan. It's 5:45. Fires in Florida have claimed thousands of acres and more than 24 homes. A state official says there isn't any corner of the state that is not facing severe wildfire conditions. Experts say this is the worst fire season in memory. Florida's governor has declared a state of emergency, and so far there have not been any widespread evacuations, but officials are urging residents to be ready for anything.
Well, in the nationwide search for a missing Tennessee teenager and her teacher, investigators are now asking pharmacy workers to be on the lookout. The district attorney says the suspected kidnapper, Tad Cummins, is on medication to control his blood pressure and should need a refill soon. The DA also said that Cummins left a note for his wife on the morning of his disappearance. No word on the details of that note, but officials say it was a diversion to buy Cummins time and to mislead the investigation.
Well, the body of a New York judge who was reportedly missing Tuesday was found along the shore of the Hudson River yesterday. 65-year-old Sheila Abdus-Salam made history when she became the first African-American woman and the first female Muslim judge appointed to the New York Court of Appeals. Police say her body showed no signs of trauma, but the medical examiner will determine how she died. Governor Andrew Cuomo called Abdus-Salam a pioneer.
Well, today a judge in Delaware will rule on whether 3 teenage girls are to blame for a school bathroom fight that left a 16-year-old girl dead. The young women, who are all 17, are being trialed as juveniles in the death of Amy Joyner Francis. An autopsy found that she had a rare and undiagnosed heart condition and that she died of sudden cardiac death aggravated by physical and emotional stress from that fight.
And you may remember these pictures from the incredible water rescue we told you about yesterday. The family of 5 saved from going over a 20-foot dam. Well, now we're hearing from the first responders who helped this stranded family.
You can hear them, the kids crying, say, we're scared, do something. Between the motor stopping them and some of the weight on the boat, they were able to kind of get wedged. But any sort of movement on the boat started rocking them over the other side.
Gosh, such a miracle they made it out of this situation. After the truck ladder was too short to reach the family's boat, they sent out a rescue boat that towed them to shore. But the most important part of the story here, the mother, father, and 3 young kids all made it home safely without getting hurt.
Good, that is good news. Well, kids' understanding of technology is unbelievable. And now we're learning that an 8-year-old learned how to drive by watching videos on YouTube.
You're kidding.
Yes, he did. The Ohio boy decided he wanted McDonald's. He just had a taste for it. So he stood on his tiptoes to get the keys and took his 4-year-old sister with him on the food run.
That was thoughtful.
Without hitting a thing, he drove 1.5 miles, went through 4 intersections, and even obeyed every traffic signal. The 8-year-old only got caught once an officer pulled up to the McDonald's and found him in the driver's seat.
You know, what are you doing? And he said, me and my sister really wanted a cheeseburger. So then I asked him how he learned how to drive, and he said he looked up YouTube videos on how to drive.
Oh my gosh.
You can find anything on YouTube. Officer Keller says he started crying when he realized that he was probably in trouble. Luckily, the children got their cheeseburger before going to the police station and waiting for their parents to pick them up. Now, the boy may get in trouble at home, but police are not filing any charges. I'm just glad the little boy is safe. But I mean, on YouTube, you can just log on and find out how to do anything.
And heck, he's a good student, apparently.
Right, he's good. He's a good driver. Better than some adults.
Well, when he turns 16, we'll look forward to his repeat run through the drive-thru there. All right. Good gracious. All right, some schools in North Carolina are making a change in an effort to keep students safer getting on and off the bus. They're adding these extended bus stop arms. Unlike the traditional stop sign, which sticks out about 18 inches, take a look at this. These arms stretch 6.5 feet. According to the Department of Public Instruction, the state has more than 3,100 stop arm violations a day. But with these new extended arms, there's really no excuse not to see it. That's a good point.
Yes, it is. Well, if you're looking for a pick-me-up this morning, head on over to Wawa. The chain is celebrating its annual free coffee day. Any size, big or small, it's on Wawa. So go fill up your cup with that extra buzz of caffeine to help get you through the week.
Yeah, get you to Friday at least. All right, if you know any twins, you know the older one always loves to rub it in. And for one set of twins in Texas, the age difference isn't just weeks. Or minutes, I should say, it's weeks. That's astounding how these little cuties ended up with not only their own birthdays, but different astrological signs as well.
Wow. Plus, the Louisa community is coming together to honor a high school student recently killed. Still ahead this morning, the scholarship they are creating in his name and how it will impact the community. Candace.
And Carla, we were first to alert you to this crash here along Darbytown Road. Now we're learning that it is a fatal accident and the roads shut down in each direction. So coming up in the next 10 minutes, I'll get you around these road closures.
Greenfront Furniture in Farmville is one of America's largest furniture stores. With over 800,000 square feet of showroom space, there is a new treasure around every corner. We are getting ready for spring, so visit Greenfront Furniture for the largest selection and the best prices on outdoor furniture. Extend your living space outside. Transform your patio or deck with some of the most unique designs and materials available today. Greenfront Furniture in Farmville. Come find your next treasure and save. Log on to greenfront.com to plan your trip today.
Kubota's Orange Opportunity Sales event is going on now. Get ready for spring with a new BX, B, or L Series tractor to help you get the job done right. Whatever the chore, Kubota tractors can be equipped with a variety of attachments to take on any task. Right now, you can get financing as low as 0% APR for up to 84 months on a new Kubota tractor, and it's backed by a 6-year limited powertrain warranty.
Visit your local Kubota dealer, VirginiaKubotaDealers.com.
I don't want to lie down. I refuse to lie down.
Why suffer? Stand up to chronic migraine with Botox. Botox is the only treatment for chronic migraine shown to actually prevent headaches and migraines before they even start. Botox is for adults with chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. It's injected by a doctor once every 12 weeks and is covered by most insurance.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't take Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
For a limited time, you can qualify for 2 treatments at no cost. Stand up to chronic migraine. Talk to a headache specialist today.
Picture Your Pet is sponsored by Dogs Day Inn, keeping your pet's paws safe in our hands since 1986.
All right, welcome back. Picture Your Pet now. We have Lily joining us. Look how precious she is on the screen. She lives in Chester. She says she enjoys ruling her 3 Beagle sisters, Susie, Dixie, and Sophie, and apparently she's pretty good at it too. It says she is about 8 years young, and she enjoys laying in the sunshine out on the deck when the weather is great. Well, Lily, good news for you. You can lay out on that deck today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, for the foreseeable future, Lily. That is your forecast. If you would like your pet featured on Picture Your Pet, here's the information up on your screen right now. And of course, Dogs Day Inn sponsors this every morning, Monday through Friday. First alert to your weather headlines for today. It's going to be a cooler afternoon. It'll be pleasant, low 70s. You'll notice lower levels of humidity. We'll see some sunshine as we go through the afternoon. We're mainly dry today, and temperatures are about to go up as we go into the Easter holiday weekend. We're looking mainly dry, though. Can't rule out a couple of shower chances, but it's less than 20% Saturday. We're only at 10% on Easter Sunday, and Easter's looking very warm, mid-80s to end the weekend. And this morning feels pretty nice as well. We have 63 degrees in Richmond, cooler as you go east of town. We're in the mid and upper 50s. But the first alert to the next 12 hours, we are mostly sunny by lunchtime, upper 60s, high temperatures today, topping out in the low 70s. Candace?
All right, Megan, we're still following this fatal crash here along Darbytown Road. I'm giving this crash a 3 out of 5 on the impact meter, how it will impact your morning commute. As I've been saying all morning, a lot of people use Darbytown to avoid the toll road along 895. So once again, all lanes are closed in each direction between Strath and Monaghan. Your alternate route, your smart route to avoid these lane closures would be to use Charles City Road. Go ahead and add about 5 to 10 extra minutes to get you through there. Now, if you remember, I first first alerted you to some delays and flashing lights here along I-95 due to debris in the road. And I'm going to head over to the social media center because we had Heather Stevens send us a picture and said this just happened here along 95. You can see the hay and debris in the road. I'll zoom in so you can see what's going on. It's blocking multiple travel lanes here along I-95. She said this just happened 95 south at the entrance ramp from the downtown expressway. So just be very, very careful as crews are working to clear this scene here along 95. Sarah?
All right, thank you, Candace. Well, if you're a twin, you know that sharing a birthday is all just part of the package. But a set of fraternal twins in Texas were born 2 weeks apart. Little Amara was born at 24 weeks and 4 months too soon, weighing just 1 pound 3 ounces. The doctors decided to just deliver her and hope the other would stay put for a while. Well, little Arthur did. He held on for 2 more weeks, weighing in at a mighty 2 pounds 2 ounces. And now his sister Amara will forever have those bragging rights.
I can see her saying, oh, I'm going to get my license 14 days before you. Initially, the theory was that she was the feisty one, and she said, I'm out of here, goodbye. But now I think it's more so that he said, get out.
They have a good sense of humor about it, and I love their names.
Yes.
Not only will Arthur and Amara have their own birthdays, they also have different astrological signs, and they were born under 2 different presidents. Doctors say both babies are doing so well, they may go home before their original due date on May 5th.
Yes, they
Cute
have.
Story.
Yes, quite the story to tell as they get older. Well, if you watched our evening news, you may remember we were out live at the scene of a crash in Chesterfield. Since then, we've learned someone died in that accident. Still ahead this morning, we'll let you know the other updates we just found out from police.
And VCU students got an alert overnight as police investigated a deadly shooting near campus. Our photographer says it was an emotional scene as family members showed up to the home. The details on that investigation when 12 News Today continues.
As a community, our greatest asset is our people. And when a person from our community is injured in a serious accident, the attorneys of Emrock and Kilduff will fight for the settlement you deserve. Call Emrock and Kilduff. One call, that's all.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard.
No matter the season, Train can weather it. See for yourself during our Weather Any Season sale. Now through May 31st, choose 0% APR for 60 months or a $1,000 trade-in allowance on a qualifying train system. Visit traininfo.com for details.
It's hard to stop a train.
I wanted to buy a car last weekend, but when I asked the salesperson about my trade, he didn't offer me a lot. Then I went to another dealer hoping to get more for my trade, and he offered me even less. So then I went back to the first dealer. No, it was the second dealer. First dealer, second dealer, first dealer, second dealer, first dealer. I need help.
We know how you feel. Up to 120% KBB for your trade. #1 customer satisfaction. Hassle-free buying experience. Brown's Car Stores of Richmond. Online at brownscar.com. Buy happy.
You're beautiful.
Her name was Carole King. Her story is beautiful. The Tony and Grammy Award-winning musical, Beautiful, the Carole King musical.
Tickets on sale now at BroadwayInRichmond.com.
When it comes to protecting your home's interior, you cannot afford to wait any longer to get a new roof from Hanover Roofing. Hanover Roofing is a Class A contractor with the skill and experience to meet any roofing need. Give us a call at 550-7700 or visit us at hanoverroofing.com.
As a community, our greatest asset is our people. And when you're seriously injured in an accident, we won't let the insurance company minimize your injury to maximize their profit. Call Emrock and Kilduff. One call, that's all.
Today's weather is sponsored by Mechanicsville Toyota, where we're open 7 days a week in sales, service, and parts.
Breaking right now on 12 News Today.
VCU police alert students, telling them to stay inside after a man was shot and killed on a front porch near Carver Elementary School.
Plus, a helicopter rushes a Hopewell teenager to the emergency room after he was hit by a car on Oak Lawn Boulevard. We'll tell you why police say it was his fault and not the driver's.
And take a look at these flames shooting from a Richmond Elementary School playground. This is the second time that this has happened in recent weeks, and now investigators think we might have an arsonist on our hands. Today is Thursday, April 13th, and 12 News Today starts now.
NBC 12 News Today starts with breaking news.
Well, we have a lot to get to, including that first check on your forecast.